Today we're going to Lemoore, California, which is a farming community. It's completely landlocked, but it's home to the world's greatest surfer, Kelly Slater's surf ranch, and the Lemoore Naval Air Station. We decided to go to a set of stores in Lemoore, California, which is about 45 minutes away from us, and we are starting off at this store called King's Christian School Thrift. Everything was very well organized in my opinion, if a bit dusty. I really liked this set of dishes. I thought that the gold rim around the edge was very striking. It's the floret pattern by Pope Gosser, and it has the most beautiful dainty flowers on it. There were 27 pieces and they were priced at $15.95, so not bad. Please make sure to like and subscribe. There is no cost to you for subscribing, but it does help out my channel. I really liked that little teapot with the rosettes on it, which I thought was so adorable. I thought it was so pretty, and yeah, I think it's contemporary. I don't think it's vintage. I liked this little personal teapot made in Japan. That is vintage. I just don't think it's worth very much. Aren't those Dorothy Thorpe glasses beautiful? I'm referring to the glasses that have that silver band around them. I think they're just beautiful. Very mid-century modern. Oh my goodness, they had so many sets of different types of dishes. If you're in the market for a sets of dishes, go to this place. It's really full of them. I was intrigued by this little, it looked like a little basket. It's ceramic and it has a tumbler, and I could not make out who made it. I was trying my hardest, and that tape was on there so tightly I could not make out who it was by, and I have not been able to identify it. If any of you know what that item was, please let us all know. This was a vintage Inesco made in Japan little miniature pitcher with its corresponding dish. I thought it was quite lovely and I did not purchase it. They wanted $4 for it and it sells for about $15. So I could have made a little bit of a profit, but because it had a little bit of a chip on the bottom, I didn't feel comfortable buying it. I saw that they had Wexford pieces, and I was hoping that there was a jar in there. I'm mostly looking for the jars in very good condition. If I can find them at a good price, I will purchase them. These dishes were semi-vitreous, which means that they are made of more selected clays than pottery. In this case, it was made in Alliance, Ohio, and this is the autumn gold pattern. I thought they were very mid-century modern, and I can completely see them in a 1950s home. And they were extremely dusty. Did I mention this is a very dusty farming community? I was contemplating getting this vintage cobalt blue stoneware crock. The only problem is that I have no idea how to use it. I'm not sure that I even know how I would get it open. If you use these, please let me know how you go about using them and what you store in them, etc. This lusterware creamer was made in Germany. Initially, I thought that it was vintage for sure, but I'm thinking that it may be antique. I did see something online with something similar that said it was an antique. I'm not positive about that because it was somebody who was selling it online, but I have not found anything definitive letting me know what company made it and when it was produced. This was a very pretty gravy boat, and it is vintage. It's something that I'm not really gravitating towards, so I did leave it there. I didn't pick this up to take a look at it for sure, but I do not believe that this orange set of cups and plates is Fiesta ware. I don't think it is. It does not have the same kind of handle on the cups, and the ridges are different. The shape of the plate is different, so I do not believe this is Fiesta ware, just so you know. I contemplated getting these Turkish art glass, double old-fashioned, I believe they're called, glasses. And the reason I didn't get them is twofold. I have some absolutely phenomenal glasses that I've had for a very long time in my inventory. I think I've had them for almost a year, and they're simply not moving. I didn't want to risk having them sitting in my inventory for a long time. And also, the gilding on these particular glasses was wearing away, so I decided to leave them behind. And typically, oh my goodness, my husband found another moose. Whenever we go shopping, he finds moose everywhere. I was interested in this Scentsy container. They had it wrapped up so tightly, taped up, so I couldn't see what it looked like, and they had it priced at $18.50. So I left that there. Look at this great film canister. It's an old-time film canister. It's metal. They want $8.50 for theirs, so I decided to pass on that. I already have one, and I'll show it to you in the haul. This was a vintage mug that's an art pottery mug, and it is a mustache. I believe they're called mustache mugs. I'm not quite sure. I've seen them before. They're really interesting. This particular one, there were a lot of online, so the prices ranged between 99 cents and $8 or so. So I decided to leave it there, but if you can find a different one that I found online, it's selling for $48. So be on the lookout for those. I did consider these three beautiful little Siamese cats, and it is a shelf sitter. I thought about it. It is a little bit damaged, and they are selling them for not too expensive, but the ones that were being sold are in very good condition, and these guys have been dropped a time or two, I think. I put them in the cart to think about them for a little bit, but eventually I did put them back. This sweet little kitty was a vintage Lasting Products Inc. hand-painted kitty, and it was very lightweight. I thought it was very cute, really sweet. They wanted $4 for it, but online there are loads and loads of them being sold at varying prices between, I don't know, $4 and above, and I just didn't want to risk it. There's way too many of them being sold, and none have sold. I thought this little teapot was so sweet, and it's dated 1995, and that's when my son was born, so it ingratiated itself to me right there, but I put it in my cart to think about it. My husband and I both really liked this little pewter mug. It is vintage, and it has a fox on it, which we love. However, it doesn't sell for very much, and they wanted $5.95 for theirs. I was really torn by this. I think it was a potpourri holder, and it had blue toile on it, and that's what was killing me. I really love blue toile, but they wanted $3.95 for it. If it had been $1, I would have bought it, even $1.50, but at $3.95, I decided to leave it there. I was finally able to find a cart, so I took advantage. This was another difficult decision. I believe this is a vintage blue and white porcelain Victorian table lamp. I believe it's made by a company in Japan. They wanted $21.50 for it, so I decided to leave it there. I was so torn by this Lilliput Lane little figurine, and it was made in Cumbria in the UK. And it was so beautifully done. It's the gold miner's claim, and somebody online is selling a set of 3 for $12. So for the $10.50 that they wanted at this store, I decided to leave it there. This was a freestanding cross, and I thought it was just so beautiful. It is heavy, and it's not anything old. It's, I believe, something contemporary, but it was so beautiful. I just had to show it to you. My son and daughter-in-law just got married, and I thought this would have been cute for their apartment, but it was very damaged, so I decided to leave it there. I missed my fur babies so much, and I thought this would have been so cute to have around. I thought initially it was a metal little kitty, but it's not, and it is plastic, so I think any cat would just knock it over. We exhausted our options at the first thrift store we went to, so we went to another new store. It's called Renewed Thrift Store, and this one was so great. The prices were a little steep, but it was so clean and so well organized. Wait till you see it. I thought this set would have been perfect for Thanksgiving or any big family meal that you have. I thought it was beautiful. I believe they wanted $10 for it, perhaps, but I already have a set, so I decided to leave that one there. I couldn't believe it. We're always on the lookout for uranium glass, and we looked at these, and I wasn't sure it was, I knew it was depression glass, but I wasn't sure if it would glow, and I brought out my black light and take a look. Both sets of dishes glowed, so we had to get both of them. And I thought the designs on them were absolutely stunning as well, so bonus. I thought this little vase was just so darling. It was so beautiful. I love the little flowers on it. It was very dainty. They wanted $8 for it, and I just couldn't see myself getting it. It's clear glass. It's more glass. It's small. I couldn't do it. I had to leave it there. As you can see, this was very much a boutique style store. They had everything so clean and well organized. It was beautiful. I found this thing. I had no idea what it was until I read on it that it said mayo knife. I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to get just for fun, and it was 40 cents, and I figured I'll just use it for my mayonnaise. Plus, I have several recipes that I use mayonnaise in, and I'll be featuring it in one of my videos. We thought this set of dishes were so beautiful. They're Canonsburg olive green Regency ironstone. I love the color, I love the design, and I didn't get them because they were asking a little bit of money for them. These are the inexpensive Chinese resin pieces. They're not the snow babies, so don't be fooled. And it's so funny, they were asking $7 for that piece and it was broken to boot. Initially, I thought that the Santa on the right was a Jim Shore, but it wasn't. I fell in love with this little Americana boot, and that made it home with me. I was excited to put it out for my next 4th of July display. I just think it's adorable. Anytime I find English serving pieces that are transferware, I leap towards them, and I had to get this one. I contemplated getting this snowflake paperweight. I think they're so beautiful. They did want a lot of money for this one, so I'll be on the lookout for one of those. We're at Davenport's new and used store in Armona, California, which is right next to Lemoore. This was an Alfred Meekin sauce dish, probably a gravy boat, one or the other. However, it's in a pattern that I don't use, so I had to leave it there. I saw this bowl of glass fruit, and I took a look at it. The fruit was broken, and it wasn't quality. It did not look very nice. It didn't look very real, so I decided to leave that there. I liked this small cast iron pan, and it was made in the US, but they wanted $10 for it, and I have a lot, so I decided not to get that. This platter was enormous, and it was so heavy. It was Italian, but it was very contemporary. They did have a good price on it. They wanted $15 for all 4 pieces, so that wasn't too bad. They had this entire slew of little Liberty Falls Americana collection little houses, and some of them were representations of the Civil War era. And they were really interesting. They're very nicely done. They wanted $2 a piece for them, and they are vintage. They were made in 1994, made in China. So if you're in the market for these items, you can come here and get them. I was a little heartbroken about this Pyrex bowl. It was so beautiful. The problem is that it had a chip in it, and unfortunately for that reason I did not pick it up. It's glass, and I don't like to get glass that has chips or cracks in it. This was a pretty Noritake lusterware sugar dish, and they only wanted $1 for it. I possibly should have bought that. I thought it was very pretty. I did not see any damage to it either. This was a Vernonware California Pottery by Metlocks cup, and it was so pretty. It was a single cup. What am I going to do with a single cup? Darn it. I suppose I could have used it to make a planter out of it. It was very pretty. This appears to be a signed pottery piece luminary, and I could not figure out what the signature was. It was kind of pretty. I believe it needed something to suspend it, but we decided to pass on it. It looks somewhat Art Deco, doesn't it? This was a sweet little sugar dish by Eli and Anna. It's a new-ish company, but it was done nicely, so I don't know, maybe I should have gotten that one. Hello everyone, we are back home, and I want to show you what we brought from our shopping excursion, and then also a couple of items that I have in my selling platforms that I told you about in the video, and I told you I'd show you in the haul. So here are the beautiful items that we bought. We were so excited. Wait till you see what these do. They are depression glass plates, and they're in this beautiful green color, and they are stunning. I found 5 of this pattern, and we got them for $20. It says for the 4-piece, but we got all 5 for $20, and then also all of the items at the store had a number 6 down at the bottom. I don't know why, but they all did. So I don't know what that meant. It was probably for their own purposes, but we did find these, and they're in perfect condition. And my husband has wanted some. Every time we find any uranium glass, we're buying it because he loves it so much. But also I did break a piece of uranium glass that we had. It was a complete accident, but oh my goodness, I have not been able to live that down. I think it was a creamer, but yeah, it was heartbreaking, so I did that. And so now to make it up to him, I got these, and then I got these swirl pattern ones. They have this little lip that they sit on, and they're really cool. just in really good condition, but they're so beautiful. They are depression glass. They do glow, and wait till you see how beautifully they glow under UV light. And I've had several of you ask me, well, what do they do? What's the big deal over the UV light? And they just glow. They have uranium in them. They were made with uranium, and it's encased. The uranium is encased, so it's not going to be harmful to you because it's inside the glass, but they do glow. And so wouldn't it be fun to have a like a hutch, a china cabinet that has a UV light in it and have all of your depression glass in there? We're looking into that because they're so pretty when they light up and they glow. It's so fun. So anyway, found those, got those for $20 and these for $20. These were $5 a piece, and they're just stunning. They're just so beautiful, and we're going to have fun using these and enjoying them. And then we found this. I found it and I fell in love with it. It's so fun. It's so beautiful. Very, as you can tell, Americana, and it's very heavy. So it's a paperweight, and it is also for decor. So, and I got it for $4. Now, everything this day, we lucked out because we went on a Tuesday and all of their items were 20% off on Tuesday for seniors. And yep, we're seniors. I can't believe it, but we are. And so got that, got really good deals. And then I found this one just as we were getting ready to leave. And look at how beautiful. This is a Staffordshire, England little creamer. It says Yorkshire. And isn't that beautiful? And this I got it for $6, but it was 20% off. And so I got that. I also found this at the first little store we went to. And it is by Hallmark. It's called Tea for Two, Friendship is a Special Gift, and it was from 1995, as you can see. And I thought it was adorable. Look at how cute this is. It doesn't sell for a huge amount. It sells for about $10. I got it for $1.50. So not too bad, but I did get it because my son was born in 1995, and I thought it was just really sweet. And I do love my anthropomorphic animals. So I got that. These have been in my store actually for some time. I think almost coming up on a year. I think they are stunning. They're Sue Zipkin glasses. They are vintage. They were made in the 1980s, but they mimicked the mid-century modern style. And look at how beautiful they are. Look, can you see how beautifully they're made? I don't know what this stuff on the bottom is. I think it's the actual glass, and then it's painted this over it, and then this design on top. And I believe they're called lowball glasses. I have 6 of this color and then 2 of this color. And I think they are absolutely beautiful. They're so different, aren't they? And just all of them in very, very good condition. There's no damage to the gilding, no damage to the paint. They're just beautiful. So I still have those. I wanted to show you those because I did talk about it in the haul. I mean in the video. And then we found this, and I'd never seen it before. We got it for less than 50 cents. And it is a mayonnaise knife. I guess so you could get to the very bottom of the mayonnaise jar and take everything out and then spread it. But how fun is that? I do use mayonnaise in some of my recipes, so I will be featuring that in one of my recipes. But I thought that was fun. And then I also have this. Now, I bought this in Las Vegas at one of the stores in Las Vegas, and it was a few months ago. It is a vintage movie reel canister, and this one is by Eastman Kodak, and in Rochester, New York. Isn't that cool? And look at how old and beat up, but really cool. This for decor in your home. And I did clean it off, but this is, you know, a little bit of rust, a little bit of wear. It feels kind of grimy. I don't know. I did clean it, but yeah, isn't that cool? And to have it as decor in your home, if you have any interest in movie making, or if you have anything, you know, a little themed area, this would be so much fun. And when I found this, I got it for $1. So I didn't think that was too bad of an investment, and we'll see if it sells, but I think it's really cool. And you can also use it for storage for anything that you want, because it is in really good condition on the inside. Let me see if I can get it open. Okay, I got it open. I needed 2 hands. It does seal very well, and it's deep. It's got a deep lid, and look at, you can totally use it for any number of things, whatever you want to store in it. And I just thought it was really cool. So have that. And at one of the stores that we went to, they were so nice. They wrapped everything in paper. They had a little wrapping station, and then they also had, they gave me this bag to put everything in. Sturdy little bag. So that was fun. So these were the beautiful items we found on this trip. It was so exciting to find Vaseline glass, and it was so fun to find 3 new thrift stores in a town that doesn't have any of the big thrift store chains. Thank you so much for watching and coming along with us as we hunt for new and exciting finds, and see you next week. If you like this video, click on this one next, and don't forget to subscribe.